Bueno, y después de hablar con Michael Sprague, el vicepresidente de Mercadeo y Ventas de Kia, vamos a hablar con Keith Griffin, el colega de About.com en inglés, con quien compartimos la experiencia manejando el Kia K900 2015 por allá por las calles y carreteras de Newport Beach en California. So now we're at the favorite part of my show where I share the experiences with my colleagues, and now with Keith Griffin from About.com in English. I do it in Spanish. So,
okay.
How are you, Keith?
Good. How are you, sir?
Great. So we just spent about 5-6 hours in the new Kia K900, 2015 Kia K900, about 5-6 hours, 200 miles. Pretty nice car, I think. Kia is getting into a completely new segment. So what's your first impression of the car?
You're right. It is a nice car. It's really smooth riding. It's got appropriate power for its size and just loaded with technology and everything. I think it's really going to be a value luxury car, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, but there's some people who argue about that, like the value part of it, because, I mean, it's a Kia for $66,400. So for some people, the name and the price don't match.
Exactly, and that's going to be the big hurdle for Kia to overcome, is how do you get people behind the wheel of a $66,000 Kia? It's the same problem Volkswagen had with the Phaeton, and didn't do well at all in this market.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted a VW for 66 grand.
Right, it was the big logo in the front,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
if they have changed it to be the A8, which is what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have been a completely different story. But I think, I don't know, maybe Kia is doing something different, like trying to not to be too pretentious with this car. I mean, they know who they are, and they know who they're aiming at. So maybe, I think it's like a good value also. Like, this car, I think, is the most you can spend, $66,400.
Yep.
And as you said, it's like completely loaded with absolutely everything that you can think of.
Yeah, all the latest technology. And you're right. I think what Kia is doing, maybe they did learn the Phaeton lesson, is that it doesn't scream Kia to you from the outside. So, and as they said in the presentation we were at this morning, they're going to need to get people behind the wheel of this car to convince them to buy it.
Yeah. And that's what we just did. As I said, 5-6 hours, 200 miles. Very smooth ride, very quiet, very powerful. We are the model with the V8 engine that has 420 horsepower, 5-liter, and more than enough. We got, what was the average of mileage? It was like about 21?
Yep, we were averaging about 21.7 miles per gallon according to the onboard trip computer.
So for this kind of car, which is pretty big, especially in the back. I mean, there's a lot of space back there. I think it's a good thing. And like I've been posting pictures on Instagram, and some people, I comment that I think it's a good value, and some people are arguing about it. So one of the other things, Keith, and you on your site on About.com, you talk more about used cars, right?
Yes.
So the residual value of the cars is a big issue, and obviously this is new. I mean, they just starting to sell it. They're going to start sell soon, but what's your impression in that issue? Like 3 years from then, what do you think this car is going to be valued at?
That's a good question. I would say right now with the MSRP of $66,000, my best guess 3 years from now, it'll probably retain about 45% of its value. I think so. You're going to be looking maybe at about a $35,000 car used 3 years from now. But a lot of that's going to depend on how this car is sold in the next 3 years. If this ends up being a livery vehicle, or there's a lot of fleet sales for it, I think it's going to have difficulty retaining that residual value.
Yeah, and it's curious because on the way here to the airport at Newport Beach, we were staying at the Pelican Hill Resort here in Newport Beach. One of the drivers who used to drive a Lincoln Town Car thought that it might be a good replacement for that. And that might be good for him, but maybe not good for Kia.
Exactly. It was interesting, though, even though Kia doesn't want us to mention the Hyundai Equus in the same breath, when Hyundai first came out with the Equus, though, it was willing to let that car become a livery vehicle because they thought it would help sell to executives, but they don't seem to be touting that so much anymore. They're not really pushing it to be a livery vehicle as much, and I don't think Kia's going to go down that road either because you're just not going to want to spend this kind of money and then be stopped at a traffic light and have a livery vehicle next to you, which is a Kia K900.
Yeah. But in any case, I enjoyed the drive today. Thank you for sharing your impressions with us.
Gracias,
and
amigo.
where, obviously, I mean, I already said it, but where can you find out more what you do?
Sure. About.com, the used cars website at about.com. I also do a lot of writing for the Boston Globe at boston.com. Would be two of the primary places you can find
Excellent. Keith Griffin, and also in Facebook, Instagram, and all that. So thank you very much again, Keith, and look forward for our next test drive. Who knows? Who knows where? Maybe
right.
San Francisco without
it.
it.
Yeah, or Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Thank you, Keith.
Thanks, Javi.
Esa es toda la información referente al Kia K900 2015, no solamente desde el punto de vista de Michael Sprague, el vicepresidente de ventas y mercadeo de Kia en Estados Unidos, también las impresiones de Keith Griffin, con quien compartimos la prueba de manejo allá en California. Y como siempre les recomiendo que vayan a nuestra página de YouTube, Javier Mota en YouTube. También lo pueden seguir por Facebook o por Twitter, para que vean sobre todo el video más extenso, ya con imágenes y todo, de la prueba de manejo del Kia K900 2015. Ya regresamos, esto es Auto 060, yo soy Javier Mota y vamos a la prueba de manejo con la Jaguar Driving Experience aquí en Miami.